Hello. Yes, it's Tuesday. I'm just going to get my bike out. I've just been doing a bit of flash banding where my bike shelter is raining in. Hopefully I've sorted it. I even mixed some fiberglass resin to seal the edges. So the next time it rains, Wednesday night, we'll see. Yeah, I'm going to get my bike out. I thought I'll go to a couple of bike shops and get a second opinion on my chain and sprocket situation. The last time I had new sprockets was a Rocket Centre, and they've been closed for 2 years, haven't they? So it must be 3 years. So I think I'm due for a change, and I've had to tighten my chain up yesterday, second time in just over a week, so there's something dodgy. I don't want the bloody chain snapping. I'll show you my fleece first. Something else is concerning me. Can't that wireless? I put that little ring on. And that fluffy and warm. Why? I'm cock a hoop with that purchase. What a good shop that is. Right in the sleeves as well. And I put a little hoop on. There's no hanger upper. Oh no, maybe that's not a good idea. You meant to hang it by the hood. Only thing I didn't like was the hood. Got some dust on it. Yeah, so that'd be nice on the bike. Very pleased. I should go back and get another. Whenever I find something, it's such a pain to find stuff that fits me. When I do find something I like, I normally go back and buy another. Anyway, yeah, yesterday on the promenade, my forearm was itching. And the reason was I put this old sweatshirt on. And I thought, why don't I wear that more often? And it's because I used to wear it in bed. And it made me itch then. And it's something to do with the cuffs here, that seam. And I just looked and there's some cat hairs there. Ginger ones. And I thought, well, was it scruffy? Was it my ginger? And I just took what I wore in bed off. Oops. Yeah. To have a wash and look at my forearm. Can you see that? You see, yellow blisters. What I did yesterday, I put some of this on, Sudocreme, like nappy rash stuff. It normally soothes any skin problems. But that yellow, isn't that an infection? How do you get an infection from a seam rubbing? Because it was up here. And I had my woolly jumper on. There's some bug got in, or is it just an irritation? But that yellow's a bit worrying, isn't it? I'm going to go down to the doctors and just get a second opinion. So say, yes, you've got an infection. I want a second opinion. Well, you're an ugly bugger as well. It's the first time I've ever had anything like that. I haven't had any blisters or spots since my teenage years. So, I'll put my fleece on, put my jacket on and go down and wait. Trouble is, you have to wait for ages sometimes. It could be going to my heart right now. I just found that in the drawer when I was rooting about for my little do-it-yourself project. An old halfpenny. And what I've been doing, I've been making these into zip tags. Drill a little tiny hole, get some little split rings which I got from a photography place, and I've put them on all my jackets just so they're easier to open. What date's that? Yeah, that's a 1964 one. Instead of fiddling with your gloves on, you just grab hold of the penny. Or in this case, a halfpenny. And in that case, a little halfpenny. Polish it up, put a little ring through. Anyway, I'll get to the doctors talking cobblers. I could have blood poisoning, couldn't I? I'll give you an update. And I'll go out on the bike later if I'm not summoned to hospital. You see. I just got back from the doctors. I went to chemist to see about some dressing, and she advised me to go to the doctor, so I've been sat for an hour. You know, you sit down and wait for an emergency appointment. It was an attractive girl, Jill Ireland. Jill Ireland? That's Charles Bronson's wife. She died, didn't she? Couldn't have been her then. And she says, have you had a dressing on? That was like a dress. I said, yeah, I've got an old first aid kit. How old? I said, well, I don't know. It's been in cupboard for ages, and Ernie gave it to me off the back of his parcel shelf in his car when he got a new one. And I said the bandage was in a paper sachet, and she said, ooh. And I just checked the date, 2009, there's little dates on. So it's 10-year-old. She said, no, things could have got into the bandage, and I think that's what's caused the irritation and the infection. So she's given me a course of bloody tablets. I think it'd be some ointment. I said, I would still put a bandage on, elastic. No, don't put anything on. Take the tablets. 4 times a day. I'm going to get my bike out and go down to all the bike shops. I'll go to the 3 shops in Accrington, including Jennings and then Yule's, and get a price and see if they can fit a chain and sprockets, preferably rental ones, this week if required, but it's a bit short notice, isn't it? But I once went to Dixon's for a new tyre. Oh, we can fit one tomorrow, because they weren't busy. So it might be the same at one of the other shops. Plus, it might not even need it. I could show you how to show you. Shine a torch on it and just see. You might not be able to see the little spikes of the cogs. I've not had a look at the small drive cog yet. It's just the big one that's a concern. Oh, by the way, I did the flash banding this morning. You see if that's cured my leak in my bike shelter. There's some more to put on yet. Oh, bloody no. Yes, I took the seat off so the cats can't claw it. Let's see if I can see it. Oh, you can't see the bloody thing. But they look a bit pointy and slightly bent. I don't know, they might be alright. Maybe I just didn't tighten the axle enough, and that's why the chains come loose. I mean, if you take it to a bike shop, are you going to get an honest answer? Well, oh yes, change sprockets, £350, yes. Or will they say, no mate, you're alright, come back next spring. Going to be forking out all that money. Although, when I get paid at the end of this week, it'll be in the black rather than the red. So if it needs doing, it needs doing. What if a chain suddenly snaps? On the motorway going to work early in the morning, that won't be very pleasant, would it? I'm going to go today, but that infection's not doing me any harm, but I think I'll leave it till tomorrow. I'm going to tag it onto this. Should I go now? Keep saying don't put off stuff. I'll have a brew and decide. They're all open till 5:30. Is he turning? Yeah, he is. I'll give him a wolf whistle or a Tarzan. camera off. Right, well, booked in for Friday. Just a chain like last time. He said, no, your sprockets look alright. And I said, well, I had a few people commenting on my video. And, oh, you must change everything. He said, no, just put a chain on. He said, the rentals will last ages. Plus, if you've lubed it regular, I said, oh, I do. It gets proper WD-40 chain wax on it. Yes, it's a day after. I've adjusted the camera. It was still on the bloody +2 on the auto exposure adjustment. Scratch my nose. Just come back from the chemist. £18 inhaler and high blood pressure tablets. And yesterday was my penicillin prescription, another £9, £27. And I've just done some shopping, £15. If I were Scottish or Welsh, I'd get that free. Hello, my name's Shadwell. I don't have to pay a penny. I don't have to pay a penny. My name's Billy Connolly. I don't have to pay a penny. My name is Paddy McGinty. I was in chemist. I was going to tell the girl. I've got an idea what's caused this. It's still sore, and one of the blisters burst because I had my jumper on. Yesterday's little trip for my chain. Before I set off for Blackpool, I was testing the back tyre pressure, and it was 40 rather than 46. So I unscrewed the valve cap, pumped it up, and got some oil from the chain on my jumper. Oh, bugger. So I come inside and got this. That WD-40 solvent, which I got from Aldi, and that's the stuff I said would be a good defence spray. Look at the power of that. You know, if you're going to get mugged in London, squirt that in their eyes. And what I did, I squirted it on my jumper, and I rubbed it with this cloth, and it just came off immediately. It smelled to that solvent for a bit. And then I went to Blackpool, and I thought, well, solvent pressing on your skin, would it have caused that? No, because if it was just that sweatshirt, I thought it was that old sweatshirt with cat fur on. Oh, so it might have been that bloody solvent. Are there any skin experts out there that could advise me? It certainly wouldn't do your skin any good, would it, that stuff? Yeah, even though I'm getting a new chain, I thought I'll do the decent thing and clean me bike. And I just got some white spirit. Clean my bike and clean the chain area and take that inspection cap off for the little drive wheel. Sell all sorts at that shop. Cable ties. Hanging basket brackets, because I made them 2 door canopies. I've noticed they're flaking, despite the rubber coating or whatever it is. Feels rubbery. Oh, it's probably just enamel. They're all cracking, and I thought if they suddenly collapse, I'll replace them. But I think I'll wait till they collapse. They'll probably collapse with a cat on top. Yes, I just got loads of newspapers ready. Put them under my bike. Loose, you know, not bunched up like that. Pour this on with the paintbrush. You know, dab it. I used to have some big rubber gloves, and I'd have thrown them away or put them somewhere safe and bloody lost them. So, taking that, right, Bobby, inspection cap off will require my little socket set. Oh, it's Blackie. Right, Blackie, not eating them dreamies. I shall continue in the backyard. Just remembered I'll have to remove my toys and orange speaker. So, nice. I was messing with these earlier. Someone said about that light, which is meant to light those eyes up, they call Fogarty eyes. And I said, yeah, It's a spare input from my old heated grips. And I used to have these on my 1300 with halogen bulbs, but I've just put some of those white LEDs in, steaming up. And of course, because it's not a bare filament, it's not illuminating properly, but I thought, well, it might be alright, it might do. Just as a, you know, a side light, side marker light. What a faff. Oh, there we are. So it's not going to project a beam, but just as a marker light, sort of bright enough. And because it's old wiring from heated grips, it's not going to strain anything, whereas if it was halogen, the old halogen bulbs, it'd drain the battery. But when I put them on, I had them on my Hornet briefly, but they just rusted to hell because they got full of salt. I cleaned them up luckily, well mostly with Solvent Autosol. Them heaters, I've got them in nearly every room. They're German and very efficient, 2 kilowatt. And I put it on this morning, had my breakfast, went into the living room and left it on, and then only remembered 3 hours later. I'm going to have an enormous electric bill, aren't I? Anyway, removal of tires and horn first. Oh dear me. Blackie? Yeah, goodbye. Blackie's been watching me. I'm in a quandary now because that chap at Clark said it's alright, I'll just fit another chain, but I've just got the cover off. And you won't be able to see like before, but the spikes are bent. Not severely, and just slightly, but I don't know, does that require a full change? And like I said, I've had them on 3 years since the Rocket Centre fitted them, the Renthals. Or should I leave it until next year, just have the chain done? I won't be using it a great deal for work commutes if the weather's bad. And it's one of them, innit? Do you change them all at once like everyone seems to think you should do? Oh, will it be alright just to change the chain? I need some more paper there, don't I? It's all going to dribble down. Yeah, it's just a courtesy because you don't want to be letting the chap in the shop having to clean all the crap off. Although with the money they charge, maybe I should do. That's using sticky chain wax, look at all that. I've got a stick, scrape it off. I had some sticks yesterday when I was doing this flash band. You see, flash band. That's a sort of compost heap at back of there. And I thought, because I don't use that dish, I'll put it in there and let it soak. Let's get the worst off here. Oh yeah, it's got one of them on, hasn't it? It is thick and gooey. I could use it again as Marmite on my toast. And I build up there, yes. I was going to ring the shop up because he said it'd take a while to get chain and, the sprockets in. He said, no, I'll just do the chain. He said, your rear sprocket doesn't look so bad. I said, oh, alright. Like I said, the front one looks a bit dodgy. I fed up with this. I just chuck it in and let it soak. I thought of doing this and then use it again to brush onto the chain. Not get any on my hands just in case I get another bad reaction. Good thing about white spirit, it doesn't smell as bad as bloody tapes or other nasty stuff. Is it going to dissolve, that thick gun? That's why I'm going to leave it for a while. Oh, it is doing slowly. That's why I thought I'd let it soak for a bit. So I'll let it soak and have a cup of tea. I think I will. Time for a brew after faffing about going for my prescription to the doctors and picking it up. Poo. I'll bury it in the stuff. Can always pour it back in the bottle after, and like I said, use it again if it's not too bad. But cheap as chips, forget about all the expensive stuff. £1 something from the local do-it-yourself shop, or in my case, that cheapo shop. Since the two do-it-yourself shops have closed down in my town, he started getting do-it-yourself products in, which I'm very pleased about. Alright, no naked flames. It will burn, but it's not highly flammable. Oh, you know what I mean, it won't ignite with a spark. Should I let some soak on there as well? I think I will. Anyway, I don't care if my bike does catch fire. Insured for £2.5 so I can just claim on the insurance and buy an X11. Oops. Alright, getting all that crap off, innit? I do have a chain cleaning brush somewhere, what Tony Kitchen gave me, but this is just a general faff with an old paintbrush. Should take my chain guard off really, but I'm not messing about with them little bolts again. One thing I was going to do was fill a bucket of water ready for washing my bike, and also if you're dealing with anything flammable you should really have a bucket of water standing by ready to stick your hands in and chuck it over your head if you do catch fire. Failing that, a hosepipe ready. Always wise to take precautions, isn't it? Going on my mat. I'm going to put these jeans in the wash anyway after. be able to see if there's any rust spots on the chain as well once it's cleaned. So if you had to clean that with a spray cleaner, you'd be using loads of it, wouldn't you? Very expensive stuff. £10 a time in sprays, or 2 bottles of white spirit for about £2.50. That's not rust, it's the colour of the chain. Goldish colour, copper colour. I'm going to do the actual cogs as well, sprockets. I know what I'll do. Instead of ringing him up now, I'll let him fit the chain and see, while you're doing the chain, could you just have a look at the sprockets and give me an opinion? And it's in his interest, isn't it, to actually swap them. And he might say, yes, I'll order some and bring you back next weekend or something. But the chain doesn't involve rear wheel removal, does it? Relatively easy job. In fact, some of them just split it, connect the new chain to the old, wheel it round, and then throw the old chain away and then join it, and it's sorted, isn't it? With adjustments on the tension adjuster. Alright, well, I'll let that lot soak in. Like I said, lots of built up guns there from many rainy rides to work this summer. Done nothing but bloody rain. That nice week in May I had, that was about it. That was our summer. I could do with a clean this one, that's got full of guns. Ooh, is that a big blob? Dropping into my belly pan now. Big blob of grease. It's like one of them fatbergs you see on television in the sewers, blocking the sewers up in London. So am I doing anything wrong? Let me know in the comments. Right, as I keep saying, I'll let it soak a bit more of that. Well, it looks fairly clean already. Where's that metal bit? Oh, I can feel it wet on my knee. I'll strike a match to light the gas and put the kettle on. There it is. Yeah, Blackie. Oh, good boy, aren't you? Go on, dear. Right. I could always wash that as well after. That was a cover for my little deck chair in summer. Did we have a summer? Cloth. Granville, fetch your cloth. This watch will come out in yellow blisters all over on my knees, all over my hands, on my arse. Volunteer wanted to pop me blisters. I'm worried about them stickers coming undone. No, I'll do that with soap and water. My newly mended super strong chain guide. Right, I shall continue after a cup of tea and some chocolate biscuits. Well, I did a bit more brushing, not worth filming, and I kept steaming up anyway. So I just continued until, actually I won't be able to put out back in the bottles because I used it all up. Well, it's 2 inches left in one bottle. I think I have a couple of inches left in a bottle here. Yes, I have. I'll pour that in and chuck it away. Always creases up, that little match. I better not put it there. Yes, I had a bit of cheapo shop wash and wax left, so dollop a load of that in. And just in case there's any like that meant to be to sort my feet in. My aching feet and never got round to doing it. No. Washing up, I just got some washing up liquid. Put some of that in. People have said, oh, it's salty, ooh, don't put that, ooh. But as long as it's rinsed off, you just want to get shut of all that white spirit that's on the components. Although I probably evaporate anyway. Yeah, for all the power I've used with that bloody heater, I could have put the immersion heater on for an hour. Would have been cheaper. I think that's only 2 kilowatt, or is it 3? I was thinking if I put these jeans, which are actually my weekend jeans, my best ones, I threw my old work jeans away, they had a hole in. Oh no, I mended it. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's an idea. Yeah, here they are, I mended it. I'm going to throw them away. And I've done something. When I was looking for some work jeans to replace these on eBay, I saw some. And it said new, unworn. It wasn't a company, it was a woman. And she didn't say they were skinny jeans and they're like ballet trousers. I thought, I'm not standing at work like John Cooper Clarke. So, I've cut the legs off And because they have these sort of stepped seams, it won't show. And I've got some Wranglers upstairs, 38 waist, which I'll never get into ever again. I'm going to cut the legs off, the Wranglers, and join them together. No, these come to a narrow bit like that. There's a lad at work wears belly tight type of jeans. So, the other work jeans I'm going to throw away. With the legs from them, which I did throw away, I cut a section out. Got some fabric glue from that cheapo shop. And I've made a patch, can you see, in the crotch, because that's where the hole was. It's not, nothing to do with me, it's we're walking about 5 miles a day, that's where it rubs. They're clean because I washed them. What am I talking about? Showing you my holes in my crotch and my work jeans. Yeah, I used to wear them when I was 16, but not at 55. Them tight leg pants. John Cooper Clark. He was no bigger than a 2-bob fart, but he was a black belt exponent of the martial arts. I thought I'll call the police. I run to the phone booth. The receiver fell in half of the Bing Kong food. I'll knock it off. I don't know why I'm still filming when I'm warming water. I'll film the final rinse, but they're likely to get steam on the camera then. So I might not even bother doing that. It's just a chain clean out of courtesy, so that chap in the shop doesn't get full of guns. I did it before when I had the chain and sprockets done. I said, you'll find it spotlessly clean so a mechanic doesn't get gunsy. Oh, thanks very much, Steve. Cheers. Not all our customers would do that. I said, well, it's only cheap white spirit in it and a bit of brushwork. I think I'll call it a do. I might film a little bit at the end. Like I said, I don't want steam to get on my camera. So I'll say goodbye for now. It's just said it again. A little alarm went and it said no card in the camera. Because I've had it for years, this SD card, I think it must be that. And because it's only £11 for a 32 gig 80 megabyte a second SanDisk Ultra at Tesco at the moment. I might get a new card tomorrow. So there it is, all clean. Little inspection cover back on. Tires and horn relocated. I did it there once before, but it's a bit too obvious when it's sticking out like that. I was pointing down before. But how often do I use it? Not that often. Tires and horn, I mean. I just put some of that thick oil on. Just to put something on overnight, and I'll put Still Clean on tomorrow. So there we are. Ready for a new chain and an opinion on the sprockets. See what he says. You might say it'll be in rental, they'll be fine till next spring. Come back next spring and he'll fit new sprockets. You know, that's maybe the most obvious thing to do. I know what you're going to say, the slightly pointy teeth will wear the new chain, but that's where the quandary lies, isn't it? Bye for now.